All right, Transformers. Dr. Angelo Reynolds Sr. here. And we are live from the Transformers Academy. So this is as live as I can get. All right. All right, so let's get started. If you followed us, which many of you have, thank you for joining and thank you for following us. This is the Transformers Academy. You guys know we start on Sundays. And so what I wanted to do, if you followed us this week, let me know what you thought about this week's topic, Transformers, finding a way to think outside of the box, getting out your comfort zone. On Sunday, I was able to post some content there that I thought was useful for you guys. Listen, this is the Transformers Academy. So we're thinking about how do we get from one place to the next. And so because the Transformers Academy, what my goal is to make sure that you're always evolving in some fashion. So you could be somewhat stuck in your personal life, your professional life, maybe something that you may be struggling with. And so because transformation, as I always talk about, is an evolving process of movement. And so my goal, just for you people who decided to come on or you don't know too much about it, you go to DrAngeloReynolds.com. But when we talk about transformation, I want you guys to keep in mind the facets and what I believe is universal principles that are focused. And so some of those things that we talk about in terms of transformation has to do with relationships, career, health, spiritual growth, and also education. Because I think that transformation is an evolving process that involves not one, but all of those things. And sometimes they're in sync and sometimes they're in different courses. But in the end of challenges, setbacks, obstacles, or during those times is when we're able to find ourselves in a transformation. So every week we come on. This week's transformational vitamin was how do we think outside the box? And so if you're comfortable, if you've been comfortable in a situation, you know what I'm talking about. Have you been in a place where everything is steady? It's one way. You've done things one way. You're used to doing it. It's comfortable. Let me give you a prime example. So you want to start your business. I'm going to give you two examples. One, because I know it's so important because I may be talking with someone who cannot be employed like I was one time before, not employable due to some prior legal convictions. But that's another whole thing. If you're in a position where you want to start your business, I like this one because I like this example because this one is always about people wanting to do something, but they're scared. The fear factor comes in. So I talk about, well, I want to start this business, but I don't have money. That's always a number one thing. Well, what if it doesn't work? My vision is kind of weak. I don't know if it will work. Nobody will support me. I don't know how to get started. I started one time, but I stopped. I'm afraid. I'm fearful. I don't have the support. See, these are all things that I know that people say. And so if you ever started something, and I know many people really want to start their own businesses. I know that's a vital piece because 90% of the people, I'm going to go a little high with the percentages, but 90% of people who are in job force right now working for someone, they're unhappy. And the reason why I know they're unhappy is because I provide a number of trainings. And one of the things that we do with the assessments is to find out people's comfort level and their satisfaction with their whole job or their employment or their level of career panel that they go to achievement. And so what I hear all the time, many times, is that people are just sick and tired of being sick and tired. So you may be one of those people. And so, and those things that I mentioned to you may be in your way. And so you're afraid. And so you've been thinking inside the box. You're comfortable because every other Friday, every month, every 2 weeks, every week, you get paid. And so that's comfortable. And so you can't see another way outside of that comfort zone because it's paying your bills. It's putting a roof over your house. It's comfortable. And so what I mean by getting out the comfort zone, what I mean by thinking outside of the box is that you have to find a way to remove yourself from being comfortable. That means you have to find your way to do things that other people are not willing to do, such as take the necessary risk and not even know exactly what's going to happen. Go ahead and tackle that vision and formulate that business without any money, because you don't need money to come up with a mission and a vision statement. Find a way to begin to work on those things consistently and persistently every single day so that you're working on that and that it doesn't fade out again. And finally, stay in the course. Stay in the course so that in the midst of all those things, challenges, setbacks, obstacles, failures, and all those things that happen in the world, that you won't be bombarded so much that you get discouraged. Because the minute you get discouraged, you get you lack the efforts, and everything begins to follow down and dwindle down. So the second thing is if your backup is against the wall. So you may be a person who you're not employable right now for whatever reason. Maybe you don't have the skills, maybe you don't have the qualifications, the credentials, or maybe you're a past felon like myself. If you're convicted felon like I was, I couldn't work for 6 years. So in the midst of trying to find a job for 6 years and having a criminal record, could not work. So what did that mean for me? I had to be creative. And so if you're someone who you're not able to be employed right now, if you're looking for employment, find a way to tap into your gift. Find a way to become employable if you have to employ yourself. What did I do? Okay, so I began to write books. I began to formulate my own business by training and speaking, going out trying to impact and empower people and tell my story. And I made a living, lucrative, off of selling books, and found a way to put that business together because couldn't even get a job at your local CVS or Dollar General. So you see what I mean? And that's the example. And yours may not be to that extreme. You may be credentialed, but just right now, the employment rate is high, unemployment rate. So you may not, in your field, be able to get something, but you looking for some work. Well, tap into those gifts, those talents that you have, or those things that you wanted to do. It's time to do it. Listen, it's time to stop thinking the old single way. Routine, Monday through Friday, whatever days you work, you're off 2 days. You look up, it's time to go back and work again. You did nothing towards your passion and your vision, and yet you complaining every single day. You're tired. You're tired of being tired. You get the same old check. You're not growing in the company. You're doing all the work, and all of the rewards go to the company. You're building their brand, but your brand is lacking. You're bringing uplift and bringing all the money in, the contracts in, but they're still paying you pennies. I mean, these are all reasons why you should definitely begin to think outside of the box. And so my question begins tonight. Hopefully this week has been such beneficial to you, or even a portion to have you thinking about why you should think outside of the box, and why, more importantly, you should get out of that comfort zone. I had to get out of the comfort zone. Not being employed for 6 years, I had to find the creativity gift that God had given me to find a way to make a living, find a way to build my business. And so I'm tell you right now, I'm glad that I never looked back. And so I don't know what your situation is. I don't know what your challenge is. I don't know what your obstacle or your failures or even your setbacks or even your loss, because sometimes those things are literally ruin people and to no avail, that they aren't able to pick themselves back up. But if I'm talking to you today, I want you to be careful about the choices you make and the lack thereof. If you do nothing, you get nothing. You do something, you will get something. And so what I want you to do is go to DrAngeloReynolds.com, where you get a chance to see what the Transformers Academy really wants to do for you, and where you can find a place for yourself in the academy. We have so many trainings, workshops. My books are there. Overcoming the Obstacles, Beating the Odds, The Active Change, all of which are educational, empowering, and inspirational. And find a way to, your organization, bring it there. We'll come out, provide trainings, online, webinars, speakings, and all those things that are used to help enhance those things for those persons who are already out making a difference in the community, making a difference in the world, but more importantly, living their dream. And so what I want you to do, my goal this week was to get you to start thinking about getting out the comfort zone. You're comfortable now and everything is okay. But the minute you step out of that comfort zone and you start to think outside of the box, that's doing things that others are going to do. You're going to run people away. People are going to be afraid. They're going to talk about you. They're going to not support you. They're going to question how you're going to be able to do this, how you're going to be able to do that. And so in the midst of all that questions, it's your motivator. So I want you to spend some time with us. We start on Sundays. I hope this was good for you. If you have personalized questions or things you'd like to ask the Transformers Academy, go to DrAngeloReynolds.com. Go to YouTube. Watch these videos. We have content there from Sunday where we began the vitamin of the week. We hope you guys will spend some time with us. We begin on Sundays. Share this with your friends. Hopefully it's empowering, and hope that you guys will become a transformer through the subscriptions. Go to DrAngeloReynolds.com. We'll see you on Sunday. Peace.